The cursor blinks, your chest tightens. A small green candle prints and your plan starts to wobble. You click early. 5 minutes later, the note you meant to write becomes a rescue. If that scene feels familiar, here is the truth. Most traders do not bleed from ideas. They leak from execution, and leaks stay invisible until you catch them on paper. Tonight we build a trading log that does not gather dust. It drives decisions while you trade and compounds skill when markets close. Belief before button. You are the kind of trader who measures, learns, and repeats. Quick note, this is educational, not financial advice. Use your judgment and manage risk. If you tilted this month, stay with me. In the next minutes, you will install a journal that catches your 3 biggest leaks and turns them into planned behavior. Maya scalps futures. She swears her edge is her pattern. Her journal reveals the real driver is time of day. Mid-morning wins double her open entries. She shifts size later. Month green. Vince chases breakouts, hates waiting. Notes prove the first pullback. After a fresh high pays twice as often as the initial spike. He stops chasing. Stress and drawdowns fall. Arjun is right but cuts winners. An exit tag exposes fear on the first red candle. He adds a rule, partial later, not early. Average R per winner rises. Name this feeling. You trade like one person when calm, and another when hot. Call it the probability mindset. The job is to execute a process across many trades, not to be right on this one. Journaling is self-coaching, not self-punishment. Define 3 terms once so the log speaks your language. R is the money you plan to risk on a trade if the idea fails. Position sizing is how big you trade, relative to that planned risk in your account. Edge is repeatable conditions, where your method historically performs. Here is the build. Open a fresh page every session. 4 lines, no more. Line A, intention. I will take only A setups. Opening range, break, or first pullback at prior day's level. Maximum 3 trades, half size in the first 30 minutes. Line B, conditions. Index trend up or down, volatility high or low, breadth strong or weak, news risk present or quiet. You are wiring your brain to match playbook to context. A Schwager lesson. Survival first comes from fit with the day in front of you. Line C, emotional weather. Body calm or buzzy, focus wide or narrow, urge level on a 10 scale. Naming state reduces its grip. Line D, circuit breakers. If I break plan once, stand up. If 2 losses in a row, pause 10 minutes. If arousal over 7, drop size to half. You do not pray for control later, you build guardrails now. Write these 4 lines before the bell. In 60 seconds, you will get the tags that make your journal searchable, so you can find the signal in weeks, not years. If your pulse dropped, save this for your next red day. Every trade gets 5 tags so your future self can sort. Tag 1. Setup. Keep names simple. Opening range break. First pullback. Reversal at yesterday's high. No poetry. Tag 2. Context. Trend up, volatility expanding, breadth strong. Add news on deck or quiet tape. Tag 3. Risk plan. Risk 1R to prior swing low, target 2R at next level. Write R in dollars, it keeps size honest. Tag 4. Execution queue. Enter on break and retest. Wait for 5-minute close. No market orders after midday. You are reminding your hands what your brain believes. Tag 5. Emotions. Urge 8. Breath shallow, or calm, patient. This is the mirror. Over time you will see which feelings predict which results. If you cannot write 5 tags in 1 sentence, you are early. Wait. At the end of each day, log 3 metrics and 1 note. Metric 1. A setup rate. Of all trades, how many were truly your A setups as defined that morning? Pros protect this above 8 of 10. Metric 2. Realized R per trade. Add total R. Won and lost. Divide by count. This strips away size and kills the illusion of high win rate but tiny winners. Metric 3. Average heat. How far did price go against you relative to your planned stop? If average heat sits near your stop, you are timing late. If it is tiny, you may be cutting too fast or placing stops too tight. Adjust entries or stop locations accordingly. 1 note. What I would teach a friend from today in 1 sentence. Teaching language forces clarity and shrinks tomorrow's mistakes. Process over outcome. Your job is to raise these levers, not to feel smart on one trade. Once a week, do the review that changes behavior. Pattern table. Sort the week by setups tag. Which setups paid? Which bled? If a setup is read 3 weeks straight in low volatility, either rest it or change rules for that environment. Adaptation is a habit. Time of day map. Wins by clock hour. If you bleed at the open and win late morning, move size accordingly. Context edge. Overlay your best setups with trend and volatility notes. You will discover what Steenbarger calls building on strengths. You trade the conditions that make you you. Behavior audit. Count rule breaks. Circle the moment just before each break. What was the sensation? The thought. The story. Write one replacement behavior you will practice next week. End with one change you can enact Monday that is visible on the screen or in your size, not just in your head. In 2 minutes, I will hand you sentence templates to journal faster than your fear. If this is useful, type journal drives P and L in the comments to lock it in memory. Speed matters. Use lines you can copy. Journaling takes less than 5 minutes per trade. Before entry. Taking first pullback at prior day's high with trend up. Volatility average, breadth strong. Risking 1R to swing low. Intention 2R to next supply will only add after higher low. Urge 5, breath slow. After exit. Outcome minus 0.6R. I hesitated on entry. Heat reached 90% of stop. Next time I trigger on retest, not on first poke. Keep it surgical, not emotional. End of day. A setup rate 7 of 9. Realized R per trade 0.2. Average heat 50% of stop. One lesson. Wait for retest. That is it. No diary, no drama. Template beats willpower. 2-week case study. Week 1, Cara runs this journal. Her notes show she breaks rules only after a gap against her first try. Week 2, she inserts one change. After any gap against plan, she sits the first 15 minutes and trades half size until her A setup appears. The result is fewer trades, more A setups, and a calm mind. Her realized R per trade climbs, not by forcing more winners, but by changing exposure. Journal first, profit second. The order matters because behavior drives numbers. Right before you press buy or sell, ask 3 questions out loud. 1. Is this truly in my playbook today? 2. Is size aligned with the real $R? 3. Is there a written exit plan? If any answer is a no, cancel the order. You just saved future pain and future notes. That is self-management. You are coaching yourself at the moment you most need a coach. Make motivation visual. 1 screen, 4 boxes. Top left, A setup rate. Top right, realized R per trade. Bottom left, average heat. Bottom right, rule breaks. Green if on target, yellow if near, red if off. Targets start humble and rise with evidence. You will have days the journal reads like a confession. Keep the voice coach-like. Today I broke plan twice, then stopped. The win is the stop. Losing is a skill. Growth comes from specific rewrites after pain. Write one environment change you will make. Later start. Half size. Narrow a playbook. Confidence returns when you can point to behavior you control. Write this line at the top of next Monday's page. I am a trader who protects one good loss per day, stretches winners with planned exits, and journals with ruthless kindness. Identity pulls action. Say it, then prove it once. Avoid the common traps. Logging only losers? Log every trade the same brief way, or you will teach your brain that journaling equals pain. Writing novels? Use the tags and templates. 5 sentences max per trade. Moving targets when it hurts? Set targets weekly, not mid-trade. Chasing perfect metrics? Stick to the 3 numbers. Add others only after a month of consistency. Thinking this is extra work? The journal is the work. Trading is pressing the button after the work is done. There is no holy grail. The journal makes edge visible by showing where your best self meets the market's current behavior. Some seasons you will be a mean reversion scalper. Other seasons, you will be a patient trend rider. Your tags and tables will tell you when to shift. Adaptation beats prediction. back to the blinking cursor. The same green candle forms. This time, your 4 lines are written. Your tags are ready. You ask your 3 yeses. You take the trade or you do not. Either way, you win because you protected the process that protects capital. That is how a log drives P and L, not by being pretty, but by changing who clicks. Next, we go deep on exits with live examples. Size kills confidence. 3 rules to stop overtrading. If this helped you breathe easier, subscribe so this system is in your feed before your next open. And if you will run this journal for 1 week, comment, journal drives P and L so you remember when it counts. Minęła nie